wake up, I'm vibing, I don't need permission. Life's a wild ride.
Mike's working.
Yeah, I'm glad.
That it screwed up the first time?
No, I'm glad that you found out this time that it actually worked.
We're keeping this in the video too.
Well, God, I hope so, because you fucked up. You fucked up. No.
Fuck you. Technical difficulties. First one. Fuck you. Anyway.
No, fine. Short snippet and backstory. Fuck off.
Yeah.
I love that he started doing videos. A very close friend of mine came through just being in the same place at the right time. So we got to meet each other. And I am so glad you fucked up, because I got to think about more stuff so that this can be a continuation. And maybe I may be a little bit more eloquent, but I also am drunk. So it's not the best chance.
Well, thank you, Fred, for stroking me up a little bit there. All right. We're going to put this at the end.
That'll be $20.
All right. Fuck you. All right. We're starting it, actually, but that's going in the end. All right. This is N8VS. I am here with my best friend, Fred. Only cool person at this bar. Likes to keep his story short.
That part's not true.
And we're here at the Castle Pub here in Evansburg, PA. All right, Fred. So we're gonna go over this part real quick. The first time we did this, it was great. It was a great fucking whole thing.
Yeah, before it started, he asked me my opinion on the questions he was going to ask other people, and part of that was that I wanted to talk about a certain amount of stories that I've done in my life through my drinking history, and unfortunately,
I forgot to plug in the fucking microphone. It was a good 14, 15 minutes. Nothing but great stories. He worded his sentences perfectly while kind of drunk, which is impressive. That would have been good to get on video too. Look at how tame this man is. And it did not work out as planned. Yeah, no mic. The only thing it caught was the 1, 2, 3 thing, and maybe everyone coming in at 12 and wishing me happy birthday.
I found out about this by proxy from my wife. Say hi, wife.
Hi, wife.
My wife told me about this, and I was immediately devastated because I was so happy. Those are my favorite stories.
I woke up to it. I was half asleep, looking through all the videos. You know, Brendan's really took a lot of time to go through. And then I get to yours. And everything sounded great. It only sounded great for 10 seconds because I was next to my phone where the mic was working. And then everything else was background bar music and other people fucking talking. So it threw it off. It was a great one. And this is going to be an even better one. All right, let's get to the question. Let's get to the fucking questions. All right, Fred. Best drunk story again.
All right, so I was 16 years old, and I was lucky enough to be able to go to Italy and live there for 2 months. While I was there for the 2 months, I lived in Boo's commune. I had many interactions with the people in the area, but one very magical fucking night, my buddies and I, it was Mikey Burns and John O'Connor. If you jugal, I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
Get more drunk.
That was my answer.
Hey, you should drink more.
Hey, thanks, I did. If you Google John O'Connor, you can see him.
Hashtag Joogle.
Hashtag Joogle. You can see him on the Tonight Show. He was a correspondent for a while on the Tonight Show, and he's done a bunch of writing and acting in Hollywood, and he has a full ass big IMDb page. But at the time, I just knew him as Big Tall John. He is 7'2" and with another 5 inches for afro. He is the tallest, gangliest white man I've ever seen in my entire life, but he has this massive curly-haired afro. And then Mikey Burns may be related to Fidel Castro.
Holy
I'm not
shit.
sure. Yeah, I'm not sure, but his grandmother lived and ran away with Fidel Castro for a long time, and then she eventually had a kid, and then while she was pregnant, married into the family, and then after that, had eventually Mikey's dad, and Mikey eventually was born. So, but whenever we went to Italy, we had this one night that we got to go into Progresso. So I lived in Be, which is named Be because that's the sound a sheep makes. Like it was Be, B-E-E, B exontigu, E-E. It's just a little fucking dash thing. That's an exontigu. And then Albignano is the closest like small town, and then Intra was the next one after that. So we went to Intra, and while in Intra, we decided to go to like a cold cut shop, like where you buy deli meats. But an Italian cold cut shop is deli meats and wine, and they were so excited that we were American. Mind you, this is immediately after 9/11. This is like
Good timing.
yeah, great timing for an American to go out of country to a foreign country and hang out. So immediately after 9/11, and they doted upon us like we were their closest family. They gave us a bond. We got to try everything in the store and eat everything in the store, and they gave us 3 bottles of wine. All local shit, and we started like teetotaling on them, not drinking heavy, just drinking enough. After we did that, we went to in Intra, when this is where I was. They have this giant lake that borders Switzerland, and I'm sitting there watching up, and there is a double rainbow, and I am ecstatic because my mom loves double rainbows, so I took a picture and I sent it to her. The only way I could take a picture and send it to her was I had to go back to the Buddhist. I mean, I'm 5,000 years old. You know this.
I know.
Yeah.
Dawn of time, man, right over here.
Yeah, I was there whenever they figured out smacking different kinds of stones together made a spark. But
That was a breakthrough.
It was a
I wasn't
breakthrough.
there, but that was a big deal. That went down in history. Beginning of it.
it did. I feel bad though because that guy's gonna get forgotten because the guy that made the wheel, that was the guy that figured it all
He
out.
definitely overlapped him.
He did.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he was the actual Tesla of his time. But we had to go and buy. There were pan cards. Pan is Italian for bread, but there were cards that you could buy that give you minutes, international minutes, so you could talk on a public telephone and type in a 16-digit number, and then you could call anywhere in the world, but it would tick down these minutes so you can call. So I called my mom on the bank of Intra and said, hey, there's a double rainbow, I'm going to show you pictures, which was lovely. And after that, I got back to the house with the guys. My buddy Mikey, his mom ran the Buddhist Healing and Meditation Center, and then his I guess stepfather was a shipping magnate, and he was from Austria. His name was Augusto. They gave us their house, the house they were staying in, but Augusto had another house that they stayed in while we were there. So I get back to the house with my buddies, and we finish our 3 bottles of wine that we got. And then we start watching Caligula. Amazing film. They decide they want to go get beer and bitches. I'm not going to do that. That is not a thing that sounds anywhere entertaining to me. So I let them go. So they go off and they have their journey. A week or a week and a half beforehand, we went cliff diving at Lago Magozzo. I jumped off the cliffs, and thank God for the cute little Italian girl that was sitting on a beach blanket behind us. But whenever I jumped off the cliff, my glasses went flying off. And to this day, in my Google Maps, I have the pinpoint dot of where I lost my glasses in Lago Magozzo. Whenever I came up from cliff diving, she looked at me and said, "I'm sorry, your glasses." Because she realized I jumped off the cliffs and my glasses went away. So I had to ask my mom to send me glasses as quick as you can. It took 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks going glassesless.
Yes, and in a foreign country, and I'm only staying there for 3 weeks.
Oh.
So, like, I'm blind for most of it, but my mom bought me a digital camera before I went, so I had a viewfinder.
Yeah.
Like, I can make my shit. But it was... She bought me an $80 pair of glasses, and they were the Buddy Holliest birth control glasses that you could ever get. They were just square. Here, these let you see. They give you nothing else. They worked. But yeah, that's the answer to the first question.
Good start. I wonder how deep we are right now. Our one strangest place you've gotten drunk.
Because great second question because it's an offshoot of the first one. That would be Venice. Whenever I was in Venice, I had the fortune to be with a very caring parent to the people I was with, and she came out with us for the first full tour. We toured the entire city. We walked around and, like, do yourself a favor. Look at the map of Venice. Like, just look at it. See where the border is. See where... Yeah, exactly. But see where the districts are, the shopping districts. It's all mapped out, but it's sinking constantly because life is a thing and nobody's doing anything to prevent bad stuff. But that place entirely is a testament to museum is living. So it's bad. It's honestly really bad. Venice in general, they stole, like, anytime any kind of Italian people won a war, they would steal things, like steal whole ass buildings and bring them to Venice. So my first days in Venice, I was walking up to giant Roman structures that were built inside of Venice because they won a war a battle, and they stole a whole ass building and then didn't just rebuild it, just took all the building material that made that thing and then rebuilt it in Venice with the same like plaques.
They just moved it.
Yeah, they just moved it. Every single time. So to answer the question, I'm in Venice for the first time, and with my friends, and we go through this entire situation of just exploring a very it's a living museum. It's a living museum city. And we went to a hostel. Nobody should ever make hostel a bad name. It's a really good situation that everybody that really travels the world or travels in general, hostels are there for everybody. Everybody upkeeps, everybody cleans. It's the best time. But we got a hostel in downtown Italy for $20 a night, full amenities. Absolutely amazing. But whenever we went out and saw everything, it was just puzzle pieces of every kind of European scope of life stuck together. I went there and I just wanted to have fun. I didn't care about the cultural or historical situation of any of it. I cared about a new place to hang out and meet new people. So the first night we went out, we only had one real night there. We walked to this little Mexican bar as soon as we got out of our hostel. And there were two English guys on the end of the bar. I looked over, they looked at me, I waved, they waved, nice people. I got drinks for our table. I got back out to the table and it was the three of us, me, Mikey, John, and his mom. I'm going to buy the first round, is what she said, Mikey's mom. They didn't take card. They only took cash. So I paid for what was going on in cash, and she said, "Oh, I'll pay you back." She did eventually. After our first drink, we started walking up to San Marcos Square. Google San Marcos Square. If you like Indiana Jones, you know that Indiana Jones comes out of a fake, it doesn't exist, it's not there, manhole cover in San Marcos Square after one of his movies. It was a very important part for me. Also, while ever we were there, there was whenever I was a kid, every time we got drunk, we would sing New York, New York. Love New York, New York. They have a piano bar almost on every corner in Venice. And they had this guy playing New York, New York in Venice. So me, Mikey, and John, who also were in the same friend group, we screamed out New York, New York until the end of it when they said, "There's too many Americans in this town." You're belligerent guys. Like, I get that. So we replied, "Don't worry, we're really leaving tomorrow." But the other side of the story is, we left from that point. We left from San Marcos Square. We had maybe 7 blocks to get back to where we were. So we hit all our little points and went the whole way back. And we went back to the restaurant that we started at, where we had our first drinks. And they had this giant, like, fishbowl-sized goblet of sangria. And we wouldn't do it again. We wouldn't have more sangria. And the daughter of the owner closed the door behind us and said, "Yeah, you can have the rest of it." And we drank there the rest of the night. Me, John, Mikey, and the 2 British guys. It was just us and the owner's daughter. It was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. And at the end of the night, I was released from the place, and John, Mikey, and myself went to the edge of the canal. And if you're ever in Venice, you know there's like every 25, 30 paces, there's steps. And I am sitting on the steps like this. And John is pissing like a fire hose, never had a chance to release as much pressure. And Mikey is projectile vomiting.
I'll text you
into the river, and I feel completely at peace with the world because I had the fortune to be in a situation like this that a small guy from a small town would never get to have. It was lovely. It was absolutely lovely.
That's the strangest place you've ever got drunk.
Yeah, Italy and Venice whenever I had to deal with everybody else's bullshit. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. On to the next one. A drink you can't drink anymore, and why?
I'm going to change this from last time. Last time I said beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beer sucks, by the way.
Yeah, beer is gross. But gastrointestinal problems, it's the bubbles. I can't do it. But rum and Coke.
Rum and Coke.
For a long time, I had For a long time, I drank exclusively rum and Coke. But Captain Morgan Black, that was what I drank. That was my favorite. But it disappeared. But then I found Kraken, which is almost the same. It works really, really good. It's delicious. But from now on, I need something flat. I need something entirely flat. Beer's like wine. People think they know what they want from it, but they only make it up. Like, there's no wine connoisseur. They only make it up. Same thing with the beer connoisseur. They only make it up. I want something that's free and clean. My favorite drink that you could ever make would be... Is that the second question?
We're on the third. It's a drink you can't drink.
No. I know what question we are. I was about to tell you about my favorite drink.
That's the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
This one's the one you can't drink anymore.
No, well, I'm gonna build in the next one then. No, fuck off. I love you.
I love you too.
Gin and tonic is the answer to the next question and what I was leaning into. Gin and tonic. Tonic is light bubbles. They're great, and it's a forever drink.
Yeah.
Especially if it's done right. The only way to do it right is 2 lemons, 2 limes muddled together with the gin and then add tonic water on top. And then it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect every single time. Absolutely every single time.
Okay, so that was a mixture of a drink you can't drink anymore and then your go-to drink.
Yeah, I can't drink any more rum because it is played out. It's done. It's like trying to train yourself to like whiskey, and whiskey is just harsh notes.
Listen, I'm a fan of whiskey. Seagram's is my baby.
Fucking Fireball every day.
I know, and I hate it so much. I hate Fireball.
It's a means to an end at this point. If I had the time to drink for fun, I would have giant lights and snacks inside of my drink every time.
Yeah.
But I drink so that I can have a little bit of solace at the end of the day. But I don't have to worry about all the stuff that happens whenever people do dumb shit. I love drinking. Drinking is the quickest sense of self-relief you can give yourself. If you get stoned, getting stoned is great, but getting stoned is a long pastime. It's a long pastime. But I can give me 30 minutes at the end of my day. I can have 3 drinks in those 30 minutes, and I am drunk, and I can get to go home and not stress out until I start to wake up. Drinking is... it's a teetotaling sport. It's not a forever sport.
All right, we're on to the next one, Fred. You ready for it?
Yeah, I am. I wrote it.
Nope, we're on the second to last. Biggest, without naming names. I remember the story perfectly. I remember it.
No,
it ended up you in a terrible relationship.
No,
if that's the story.
I won't name names, but I'm so upset about this.
All right, we're on to the next one.
No. Do that one.
We're doing that one. We are doing that one. All right, I want to hear it. I'm going to have you hold the mic. My arm's getting tired. All right, biggest drunk regret.
There was a time in my life that I made more bad decisions than I could ever do because I tried to find the fast way out. And at one time, there's this new backstory.
Yeah.
I was going into Walmart in Evansburg, Pennsylvania, 15932, and there was a chick working at Subway, and we became friends. And eventually, we became friends enough that she would come to my house. And then eventually, after that, I got very, very, very drunk. I had no control over any of my inhibitions, and everything was yes, because I want to make people happy, and I feel bad if I don't. So she started a whole ass conversation that I don't remember at all, but apparently I told to my best friend that was living with me at the time about all of it. And then I woke up in the morning, and she is there, and all of her stuff is there. And she's now living in my big house, and I'm confused. And I went to my best friend, who was also living with me, and said, "Hey, what the fuck is going on?" "Oh, no, yeah, you agreed to this, and I helped you do this, and you were so happy about it." Buddy, couldn't you have thought that this was a bad course of events? Couldn't you have tried to talk to me and tell me I shouldn't do this? I did. I tried very hard. But you were also very convincing.
Most women are.
I was talking about my best friend.
Oh, I thought this was the relationship one.
No.
That was an awful story.
It was an awful story.
In a good way. It went in a good way. No, the relationship one.
Yeah. But it did end in the best country story breakup. She left, she didn't tell me, and she took the dog.
That bitch.
Taking the dog, bitch.
Taking the dog, bitch. Didn't want the dog, so I guess it like worked out. It shouldn't have happened.
No, I called my mom immediately after it happened and said, "It finally happened. I'm happy again."
Yeah. Fun stuff.
You.
Yeah. It's okay. You can walk through. All right. We're on to the next one, Fred. Best house party story.
sorry. I had to add this one in.
Which I'm okay with. You're the only one that's going to do it, because usually it falls under the best drunk story. If they have a house party story, you got so many stories,
I do, yeah.
we will do the house party story.
I also sidebar. I'd like to also do like a full story, like just new shit all the time. No script, but
Tell it.
no. So, best house party story. All right. So, my cousin, he's a good boy. He's a very good boy. He's always been a good boy, but he's also been shy and personable at 50-50. A clean 50-50. So I gave him the gift one time accidentally. I was having a house party. With a friend of mine. A friend of mine was having a house party, so I brought him to the house party, and we went. We had our good night. We enjoyed ourselves. He eventually, after I left, got super drunk and came back and threw up all over the window of my buddy's house.
To the windows?
No, yeah,
To the walls? Shut up.
Yeah.
Throw up.
So, afterwards, my cousin and his family go out of town. They go to Maryland or Outer Banks or some fucking shitty fucking resort bullshit for like 4 to 5 days, whatever. So I know they're out of town. So, well, I have a place we can party. So we break into their house because I didn't have any keys, but I know the house. I can break into it. So we break in. We have this massive party. The only thing that got weird was my buddy got 35 boxes of Pop-Tarts. Because he was stoned. He went to Walmart, and he came in, and they have a pool table downstairs, and they're sitting rowing with pool cues like it's a boat, while they are surrounded with boxes of Pop-Tarts. And the one friend gets way too drunk and starts puking. And he pukes the entire way up the steps. He pukes and then he goes up the steps. He continues to puke while he's walking up the steps.
Yeah.
So I'm making a mental note of everything I have to fix before they get home so that they'll know that all of this shit happened. So I did. And the next morning, well, I am like probably 1.5 sheets to the wind. I'm not completely drunk, but I'm drunk. I'm drunk enough. I have to fix all of this. I have to make this like nobody came in here again, so nobody knows about it. And I did. I cleaned it entirely, the entire way. I restocked everything that we used, and I made everything picture perfect the way it was before. And to this day, until now, there is no chance anybody knows that any of that happened. But now it's in full admission, and it is the truth. Dan Stiles, I broke into your house, and I took over your entire house, and cleaned it all up, and your mom and dad still don't know to this day.
Shout out to Dan.
Shout out for Dan.
And that was your best house story there, Fred?
That's the best one right now. I live with that. I'm more than happy to give you more, but that was the one that.
That's the one that stuck. All right, Fred. Of course, this has been the best one. Mike's been working. Mike is on. Last time it wasn't. So I'm really happy about that. That is progress on our end. No one's going to beat this length. So now
I have much bigger ones, and I told him while we were both going to the bathroom, I would love to have a full
podcast about it. Yeah,
full story.
That'll be your time to talk about it.
There are so many more. There are so many more. If you look at, I don't know if it's episode 1 or 2, but Tony, whenever Tony comes on, I yelled at him before he came over and said, tell him about the Red House. The Red House is a whole series of stories.
So Tony's is coming up. It's in the backlog right now. I'm still editing a lot of band interviews right now. His episode and a few others are coming up, but his is definitely going to be next.
It's in the feed. You can see the upload where it says I'm doing 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. There are so many more. There are so many more.
Well, I'm glad you told me the stories you did. No one's going to beat your time, Fred. I am going to give Brendan less shit now. And maybe I'll even make direct eye contact at you if they go further than 6 minutes.
I can't wait. I can't wait to give you more because there's so much more.
It's good. It's real good.
Bye.
Well, Fred, thank you so much for a second interview, but only one stuck. This has been N8VS here at the Castle Pub here in Evansburg, PA. Best one, longest one, and I'm gonna see you next time. Thank you so much, guys.
Life's a wild ride. I'm on my own mission.
Laughing with my friends while we chase the